From Studio A at the USC Annenberg School, I'm Ronny Hu. Recently, I caught up with Tiare Thompson. She is a surfer on Team USA, currently focusing on her academics in marine biology. Hi Tiare, thank you so much for letting me join you here at Manhattan Beach. And on our way here, you mentioned that a lot of people ask you the question, are you afraid of sharks? And you will tell them sharks are actually your favorite animal. Why shouldn't we be afraid of sharks?
Yeah, there's a lot of bad stigma about like sharks and surfers. I get asked the question all the time when I tell people I surf and they're like, "Are you afraid of sharks?" I'm like, "No, not really. They're actually my favorite animals. They're like really important to the ecosystem and they actually help like control like populations." And as a marine biology minor, I just like really love learning about all things ocean, and I've had like experiences snorkeling with sharks, and they don't like attack me or like try to like bite me or something. They're just like they're chilling. It's like I'm in the ocean, I'm with them, I'm in their home. So it's like always a really cool experience if I see a shark out snorkeling. And so yeah, I really do like sharks.
Also, I noticed that you started surfing at a very young age, the age of 4, which is super young. I don't even think I can walk by the age of 4. And from then, you became Team USA, and you represented the country 4 years in a row. So, what is the most challenging part about bringing passion to the next level?
Yeah, so I started surfing when I was really young. My dad taught me, and I've always just been around the ocean. I fell in love with the ocean in general, and like by the age of like 10, I kind of started my first like competitions. I really started to get into it when I was like 12. And throughout like middle school, high school, I was competing a lot. I traveled to different countries for the World Surf League competitions for the qualifying series and the junior pros. So I've been like traveling around for competitions, and during that time, during like the 4 years of high school and the year after that, I was a part of Team USA. And so it was a really cool experience. We got flown to Peru for the Pan America Games. I went to Peru twice to represent USA. It was a really fun experience, especially seeing all of the different other teams in other countries there. So it was really cool, and like bringing passion to the next level. I feel like just being out there and surfing is the best part, and especially going to like new places and surfing. That's another thing that I really love doing, just trying out new places, surfing around the world.
You mentioned earlier that you studied biology and marine biology at USC, and that is not common for a lot of surfers because a lot of them decide to do homeschooling. They just need the time to go to different competitions and practice. How do you plan to integrate your education and your surfing experience in the future?
Yeah, so when I was in middle school and high school, I decided to do traditional school, which I think was definitely the best option for me. A lot of surfers did homeschooling because it allowed them to surf a lot more. So I feel like it was definitely the best option for me to go to school because I really wanted to go to school. I wanted to pursue my passions in biology and marine biology. And I knew that when I got the acceptance to USC that I had to go. And even though I might have put my competitions on hold, the big World Surf League competitions, I'm still really stoked that I get to do the college competitions for the USC surf team. And so I get to do the fun NSSA events. So I'm still doing a few competitions, not the super big ones, but I'm really happy about my decision to come to USC and pursue my college degree.
That's interesting because marine biology you learn about like the ecosystem, sustainability, and then as a surfer, the material that make the surfboards are technically harmful to the environment. So what is your role in promoting sustainability as a surfer and pursuing and an aspiring marine biologist?
Yeah, surfboard making isn't the most sustainable right now because like my boards like epoxy, or they also make like polyurethane foam boards, and I feel like it's not the most sustainable right now, but hopefully in the future they'll try to go find like a new material that's more sustainable, or maybe recycle the scraps of foam that they carve off of the boards. I think that'd be a good way to go about it, but I hope in the future they come up with something more sustainable. But whenever I get a new board, I don't just like throw my boards away. I either like sell it or I never throw boards away. So I always tell people, like, buy a used board. Like, that's as sustainable as I think surfing can get right now.
That's definitely a more sustainable approach, not just here locally, but also everywhere you travel for your competition or just practice in general. Well, thank you so much for letting me join you today again.
Yeah.
Once the semester ends in May, Tiare plans to attend large competitions again, so stay tuned. From Studio A at the USC Annenberg School, I'm Ronny Hu.